Welcome back to my channel, Famous and Fabulous. Presidents have been rejected as well. Every year, millions of tourists swarm to Graceland in the hopes of becoming closer to the king of rock and roll. But there is one aspect of Elvis Presley's estate that no one dares inquire about: the enigmatic. Upstairs, his personal haven hidden behind locked doors since the day of his death. What could possibly be concealed there? It's so private and secret that it has been sealed for almost 50 years. Graceland is more than just a home. It's a cultural landmark and a glimpse into Elvis Presley's life. But it's what tourists can't see, a mansion rich in mystery and history, that keeps them talking. You've probably heard of the White House, but what if I told you that the second most visited house in America is actually the Palace of Rock and Roll, not a political powerhouse? Situated in Memphis, Tennessee, King Graceland is more than just a palace. It's a legend that spans 14 acres of southern land. Almost 500,000 people visit this opulent estate each year, and they come not just to look, but to experience what it's like to step inside Elvis Presley's world. From the moment you walk through the door, time goes back in time, and the house isn't stuck in the past, it lives there. You'll find mirrored ceilings, shag carpets, stained glass, peacocks, and the famous jungle room with its green shag floors and Polynesian flair. It's not your average celebrity home. It's outrageously bold and unapologetic. After several break-in attempts at his original burial place, Elvis was finally laid to rest in the meditation garden, buried away in the back of the estate. It is serene, but yet stands in stark contrast to the excitement surging through the home. His father, Vernon, made the drastic choice to later Elvis's grandmother, Minnie May, his daughter Lisa Marie Presley, and her son Benjamin Keogh would join him once he and his mother, Smoothies, were relocated here behind the gates of Graceland. It is a solemn area that is lovely but weighty, even with the marble and the sunlight. The greatest mystery of Graceland is not what's in the garden, but rather what's above the first floor, as there is a staircase up behind the walls that no tourists are permitted to ascend. It is a location that has been off-limits for almost 50 years, since the time Elvis left this world, and what's behind that door is where things start to get weird: the forbidden floor. The best-kept secret in Graceland is that there is one unbreakable rule: you can tour the mansion, but don't go upstairs. Explore Elvis Presley's gold records, sit in his custom jets, and even get a glimpse of the renowned jungle room. But don't worry about the second floor. It's been locked down tighter than a vault since 1977. Not for safety reasons, not because it's being built, but because it's sacred. Upstairs is where Elvis Presley was discovered that morning, and since then, no visitor has gone past the barrier. There are no official pictures, videos, or descriptions. During Elvis Presley's lifetime, the upstairs was his world, a secret haven where the man behind the fame could finally breathe. It was the only place where he wasn't performing, and the noise of fame couldn't reach him. Even former presidents like Bill Clinton were politely turned away. That kind of secrecy raises questions about why there was so much protection. Staff members strictly adhered to orders. That boundary didn't go away after Elvis passed away. Rather, it became permanent. The Presley family decided to protect his privacy in addition to honoring it. The upstairs is exactly as he left it. Clothes in the closet, records by the bed, a TV still standing across from his favorite chair. But this is where things start to get weird. The secrecy isn't just about grief or privacy anymore. Fans think there's more to it, something deeper, something the public was never supposed to see. And the theories are crazy because what some people think the king breathed his last breath would change everything. Elvis Presley's story ended on the morning of August 16th, 1977, when he was found unconscious on the toilet floor, just feet from his bed. His lover, Ginger Alden, was the one who found him. The upstairs of Graceland is not just where Elvis lived. Paramedics showed up in a matter of minutes, but they were powerless. The official report stated that the king of rock and roll had suffered a heart attack when he passed away at the age of 42, but conjecture quickly surfaced that he was heavily dependent on prescription medications, the weight of his popularity, and the stress he carried. Fans started making connections and theories started to appear in tabloids as the public sought answers. But the Presley family took a different approach. They sealed the entire second floor, leaving nothing moved. No drawer opened, his bed undisturbed, his books unopened, and even the television across from his chair exactly as he had left it. This wasn't a cleanup. Rather, it was preservation. Not to conceal anything, not out of embarrassment, but to honor the significance of that space, because that bathroom wasn't just a room. It was where a cultural icon took his last breath, and they didn't want it to turn into a spectacle. Turning it into a tourist attraction might have satisfied curiosity, but it would have cheapened the legacy. It would have turned a home into a haunted house, a shrine into a sideshow. Instead, the family kept the focus where it belonged, on the life Elvis lived downstairs, not the tragedy that unfolded upstairs. So while millions of fans tour the bright, bold, unforgettable world of Elvis below the second floor remains sealed, quiet, still waiting. And what's behind that locked door? Well, that's the part no one's been able to answer, not yet, who has seen behind the locked doors. Almost no one gets past that staircase, but the few who have, they've only made the mystery harder to ignore. One of the most famous exceptions is actor Nicolas Cage, a lifelong Elvis fanatic who once called the king. His greatest inspiration during his short-lived marriage to Lisa Marie Presley Cage was granted something millions could only dream of: a private glimpse into Elvis's locked upstairs sanctuary. No cameras, no guides, absence of distractions. The experience was described as surreal, haunting, and extremely emotional, but when asked what he saw up there, he has never spoken, not in interviews or memoirs, and the silence itself has become part of the myth. If it was just a typical bedroom, why would he remain so silent? Then there is the bizarre story of Chewie Thompson, a social media influencer who is not famous. Ancestry: it should have been a typical Graceland tour without any Hollywood ties, or Presley ancestry. Chewie claimed that a man dressed as staff approached him discreetly, whispered something, and without giving an explanation, he was pulled aside and led away from the crowd. He was then led upstairs under strict observation, with 2 guards flanking him. He claimed that the air felt different, like he was walking into something that wasn't supposed to be seen, and that doors creaked open slowly. Curtains were pulled, aside with uncanny care, and he wouldn't discuss what he saw. Not even when pressed, not even on the internet. Was it an error, a premeditated maneuver? Or is there a connection that hasn't been discovered yet? If so, what happened next would throw conspiracy theorists and fans into a frenzy of rumors, descendants, and weird noises. Not only was Chewie Thompson's unexpected trip upstairs strange, but it also sparked a flurry of online rumors almost instantly. Some people said that Thompson wasn't just lucky. Rather, online theorists believed that his access wasn't random at all, and that he might be more than just a visitor, possibly even an unacknowledged member of the Presley bloodline. It isn't as unrealistic as it seems for decades. Elvis has been the subject of rumors that he fathered children outside of his marriage. Women have come forward with timeframes, tales, and even alleged DNA ties from all around the nation. The majority were ignored, and some disappeared completely. But Thompson's quiet entry to Graceland's most private area raised eyebrows, and things got stranger when several visitors claimed to have heard voices, footsteps, and even laughter coming from the upstairs when no one should have been there. Staff declined to comment, but the rumors keep coming out. Could the upstairs be concealing more than memorabilia? Could it hold the truth about hidden family ties or something even more explosive? One witness described it as a private gathering, but asserted that there was no way anyone could have been inside at the time. Others said it sounded like a family reunion or a ceremony. The people who have been inside haven't revealed a single detail about whatever is happening, whether it's fear, respect, or something deeper. Their silence speaks louder than words, but even that silence may be concealing something darker. The king's retreat and the shadow it casts. To truly understand why the upstairs matters, you must understand him. Elvis was more than simply a famous person. He was a paradox who was loved by millions of people, but jealously guarded his solitude. His reputation followed him everywhere, but upstairs was where the clamor ended, and he was able to live his life as he saw fit. He was a night owl in a house meant for daylight, and his bedroom wasn't simply a place to crash. It was his castle, with the space customized to his exact comfort. Nights frequently turned into mornings as he stayed up reading spiritual texts, binge-watching television, or quietly strumming his guitar. The Presley family won't allow it to become a tourist attraction because it's more than just a room. It's a story with a beginning, middle, and heartbreaking end. A custom bed, his favorite records, and shelves brimming with books covering everything from philosophy to religion were all close by. At 3 a.m, a button by the bedside wired straight to the kitchen meant that his staff would bring peanut butter and banana sandwiches, sodas, or whatever snack the king wanted. It wasn't extravagant just for show. It was personal. Every detail had significance. It is intended to remain sacred, since allowing the outside world in runs the risk of changing the mythology. And what they are defending is more than just a room. It is what remains of the actual Elvis. But the mystery only deepens from there. A door that is locked. A living heritage. Graceland is more than just a house. It's a heartbeat captured in time. A living monument to a man who did more than just perform music. Every year, fans travel from all over the world to Memphis to experience something deeper, to walk the same shag carpet, stand in the same kitchen, and breathe the same air the king once breathed. Despite all the gold records and glittering jumpsuits, one thing still piques people's interest. Upstairs, that locked floor has turned into the ultimate mystery. It is a time capsule of 1977 that is sealed like a time vault, not merely a room. Elvis Presley's entire life was lived under a microscope, but upstairs was the one place no one could touch. Even in death, his family made sure that boundary remained intact to this day. There is no official footage, no photos, no virtual tours, and perhaps that's for the best. The Presley family didn't just preserve it, they fiercely guarded it, because behind that door isn't just memorabilia, but the man, the soul, the truth. The locked floor is more than just a place. It's a symbol of respect, restraint, and remembrance. Although we may never know what secrets are behind that last door, the silence surrounding it has become part of the legend itself. Even though Elvis may have left the building, what he left behind still reverberates through it. This is because in a world obsessed with revealing everything, some things deserve to remain hidden. We appreciate your time and we hope to see you again soon. Please remember to like and subscribe.